Hello and welcome to I Am Geek, and this is episode 125. We're back here with you. I'm Ryan. I'm joined by my brother Chris and our good pal Katrin. And before we get hey guys, hey.
Well, hi.
Hi. Before we get started, I want to say a big, huge thank you to Podbean for featuring us this week on Podbean.
Well, that makes sense.
Makes sense. So if you go to Podbean, go to the featured section. We're there.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool. And thank you to all of our new people that are listening and following us on Podbean. Thank you for the follow and the listens. And we hope you stay with us because this is a show for the geek in all of us. So we cover all kinds of things. So I guarantee there's going to be something that you're going to find entertaining, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, why not?
This week it's just the three of us. We have no guest. We're back. We had a guest last week. We're back. Just the three of us this week. We will have more guests coming up. But Halloween is over. Did you guys have a good Halloween?
We did.
Yes, we did.
You had a probably exhausting Halloween, Chris.
Oh, gosh, it was exhausting. Yeah, those who don't know, we have a Tesla, and this year my wife decided we're going to make a costume for the Tesla. And I was like, okay. And so there's a Tesla group in North Texas, and they'll do what they call a frunk or treat. It's like trunk or treat.
Call me?
Sorry, excuse me. It's like trunk or treat, but the front there's no engine. It's another trunk, and they call it a frunk. So it was frunk or treat. So kids would come around and get candy at the front.
What? It was just Teslas, or were there Volkswagen bugs there?
No, it was just Teslas for that because it was like the Tesla group.
They have a private club.
Yeah, we got
Sorry, no Volkswagens allowed.
Yeah, VWs, get out of here.
The original frunks are out of here.
The front of the Model 3 really kind of the design wise almost looks like the dragon from How to Train Your Dragon, toothless. And so yeah, we made a toothless costume. Well, mostly my wife made it, and I just like, okay, what do you want me to do? And then we had an actual seamstress come in and help us with it as well, because neither of us know how to sew. So we had these like 12-foot each wing, like side, like on either side of it, and a 12-foot tail in the back with like the design from the movie, where like one wing on the tail, one fin or whatever, was red with the design on it. And then like my wife made the eyes out of poster board, painted them, put them on there, and like at night when the headlights were on, it actually glowed through the poster board, which is cool. And she also made like the little designs on the nose as little like stick-on things on the car. But yeah, we did the frunk or treat, and then a school here saw us on Facebook, saw her posts on Facebook, and they're like, can you come and do it here too? So we had to go do it there. And then yeah, we put it outside our house on Halloween. And yeah, it's a lot of putting up, taking down. It's exhausting. It looks really cool though.
Probably a good thing you went to the school though and had another use for that, because
oh yeah,
it's like now it's like, okay, we got these swings.
Yeah. They're there.
You could put a Santa hat on it or something for Christmas.
Put it away.
It's a Santa toothless.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, don't let Jenny hear that.
Well, she listens, so I mean, she probably heard that.
Oh yeah, she probably just heard
I'll
that.
text her right now and tell her.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, I got this brilliant idea.
And so like, we need to make a giant hat. But the one at the school was crazy because like it's like every kid from that school was there. I think we went through, I don't know, 14, 15 bags of candy or something.
Whoa!
Like just for that.
Wow,
like it's crazy. There's a ton of kids.
That's a lot. Candy's expensive. When I bought candy this year, I was like, man, I'm glad this only happens once a year. I only bought 2 bags, and I'm like, It's expensive.
Well, our house, we get quite a few. We usually go through like 8 bags just at the house.
What?
I turn my light off after like 1.5
Yeah.
because I want some of it for myself. So.
Right.
Well, we went from like 5:30 to like 8:30.
Gee whiz.
There were kids still come by. We had adults like stop by and like, we've been following your wife on Instagram. We wanted to come see the car. They just pulled up and they like ran in front of our house, got out, like took some pictures and left. I was like, okay, you want some candy? I mean, you can have some candy.
Get out of here, creep.
Weirdos.
Neighbors were taking
That's cool.
pictures and video of our house, but I'm not sure if it was our decorations or they're just like, it's those people. Let's turn them into the HOA. We did have it decorated, but
they're looking for easy entrances and exits into your house so they can steal things.
they could bring it on.
They leave
This
every day.
This is
at 6
Texas.
o'clock.
Bring it on.
You got a bunch of lightsabers to fight them off with.
Yeah, dude. We have the projector thing in the window, and I had pumpkins, like jack-o'-lanterns dancing around. And then a cool... do you have the Frankenstein one? Frankenstein's monster? And he comes alive. He comes
Yeah,
alive.
we've got that.
And then it's like a trick-or-treat doorbell. So there's different shadows of kids walking up.
Mm-hmm.
He scares them. It's funny.
Yeah, we had that. Yeah, we'll put that on our window. Jenny actually this year like made to go along with the theme. She made like the face of the dragon Toothless and made the eyes blink and look around. And
of course she did.
I saw that. Yeah, that's cool.
She did it all. You can find her on Instagram, Jen Street. And she's got,
go on there and ask her. Say, I saw your car. How did you drive that down the road? She loves that. You just
she loves that question.
Yeah.
Because we don't drive with it on, of course. But she's got that question a few times. It's quite silly. But
speaking of making stuff, I made something for my. You said lightsaber, so it ties it all together. I made something for my Savi's Workshop lightsaber this week.
Oh.
Not a sponsor.
A cradle. You made a baby cradle.
Savi, the fresh maker.
I made a sleeve for the blade. I guess that would be the best way to describe it. That makes it look like the Darksaber from Clone Wars and Rebels and stuff.
Ooh,
it's pretty
looks really cool.
Yeah, I put it on Reddit. I've never been on Reddit. I didn't really know what Reddit was. And then somebody said, "Hey,
gum or something."
Yeah, somebody said, "Hey, you should check out this stuff on Reddit." And I'm like, "Oh, okay," like because I made a holder for my Kyber crystals. He goes, "Yeah, you should put it on there." So I put that on there, and then I made this and put it on there. And it's got I put it on 2 different things. There's like a Galaxy's Edge Reddit, I guess, and then a lightsabers one. So it's got on the lightsaber one alone, it's got over 400 upvotes. I guess that's likes on there. And then
sure.
I sound like an old man talking about this thing called Reddit.
I got on the internet.
And then the other one and put it on the computer. It stole my soul.
Yeah. So I think it's got over 500 likes and all these questions about it. Like, are you going to sell these? And, this is the best Darksaber I've ever seen. And I'm like, it looks really good in pictures, but in person, it looks like I took a plastic tube and took a paint pen and colored on it.
Which is what you did.
Which is exactly what I did. So sure, I'll sell it to you. Shipping would cost more than what it costs to make it, but
$100.
Yeah. But that was just a trial. I'm gonna try it again with spray paint and stuff. It's cool. I like it. And it's cheap. $3 for the tube.
It looked really cool. And how you did it, because it's still round, of course.
Oh, yeah.
But the way you did it makes it look like it's more flat.
Yeah.
Art.
Especially in pictures.
I couldn't figure how you did that at first, and then seeing it when you were showing on video, I was like, oh, it isn't flat.
Yeah, people are like, "Oh, how did you make a whole new blade for your a flat blade?" I'm like, "It's just an optical illusion. It's still the same Savi blade. It's just got a sleeve on it that makes it look flat in pictures and stuff." But yeah, if you're on Reddit or know what that is, Django Greedo is my name on there, all together, 2 words together. That's my name on PlayStation too, I think.
Don't tell everybody.
Oh, don't tell everybody. Does it
Oh,
matter?
Todd.
You're gonna get all these requests now.
Oh, that's okay. I like friends. Anyways, on Reddit, and it's under like the lightsabers or the Galaxy's Edge page. If you want to see pictures of it, I think I may have put it on Twitter too. I don't know if I put it on Twitter. At I Am Geek Show. It may be on there too. Go Reddit. You get like karma or something every time somebody likes your. I don't know. I don't get it. I'm an old man. Yeah. So tell us all about Reddit, listeners.
How does this thing work?
Yeah, I was just Reddit thing work. They call it the front page of the internet, and I didn't know it had pages.
Is it red? Like, is it all red?
I don't The caterer's like, I know all about
Oh, I
it.
get it. Read it. Like
I
you
read it.
Read it.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're so old.
So I don't use it, but it's y'all are familiar with forums, right?
Oh, to the forum, like the Aerosmith going to play at the forum. And
Yeah. Okay, never mind.
no, I know what you're talking about.
So actually, forums. You have these categories, and you go in it. So it's the new. I mean, it's been around for a while, but it's what forums evolved into, and just a way to categorize different kinds of conversations. And I mean, there's Reddits and subreddits, and it gets crazy. But people sit there for hours reading all of that, and going down the path.
Like about sandwiches.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Check that one out.
I like it. I get all these nice comments though.
Yeah.
So
it's what the cool kids are doing.
Well, I guess I'm a cool kid now. I got 558 karma, whatever that means.
Yeah.
I've only been on there for 4 days.
Can you spend it?
I don't know.
Well, so I would assume
Caitlin's like, oh.
that if you have higher karma and people are looking at your post and they say, "Oh, this guy has high karma. I'm going to read his now."
Oh.
Because you're respected, I guess, is how that might translate into it. Just a guess.
You finally got some respect.
Finally, it took so many years.
Just had to join Reddit.
It made me feel really old because I also put a picture of my lightsaber like wine rack from IKEA that holds all my old school lightsabers. And somebody's like, "What are those lightsabers?" And I'm like, "Oh, these are all lightsabers that they sold in toy stores during the prequel episodes." And they're like, "Oh, okay."
What are stores?
Yeah, what are stores?
It's like a physical Amazon that you go to.
That picture's on there too.
The items
See
there.
Anyways, so Halloween is over. You know what that means? You know what comes next?
Thanksgiving.
No,
Christmas.
No, Disney Plus.
Well, it's not because Halloween's over.
No, I'm saying Halloween's past. It comes out November 12th or whatever. So it's the next big holiday, Disney Plus Day.
Is.
Disney Plus Day.
I'm excited.
And that's like 5 days from now? 4 days from now?
It's Tuesday. So whenever you're listening to this,
That's true.
November 12th.
It's the 12th.
You said Christmas though. I did put up the Christmas trees today.
What?
Yesterday and today.
I thought about doing it.
When I was, because we line our house with lights for Halloween and stuff. So when I was up there taking those down, I put the Christmas ones up. So I didn't have to get back up there. Yeah. They're not turned on, but they're there.
Well, my wife's out of town for the week, and I'm like, what can I do with the kids? Because it's 4.5-year-old and a 2-year-old. And I'm like, let's put the Christmas trees up because that's always fun. So they loved it. Well, good. We've had the lights on. They've been looking at them, loving the lights. I kept like unplugging.
There.
I kept unplugging the ones downstairs, and then I would come back and they'd be on again. I'm like, what in the world? Is there a ghost in the house? What's going on? And my son kept sneaking back downstairs and turning it back on. So it'll probably burn the house down. So anyway, so Disney Plus happens in a few days or Tuesday for those, but they could be listening on a different Tuesday. It is.
Well,
yeah,
November 12th.
What is the first thing you guys are going to watch?
The Biscuit Eater.
The Biscuit Eater. I mean, the Mandalorian starts that day.
Yeah, the Mandalorian.
So I mean that I imagine. I don't know if that'll be the first thing because I probably won't get to watch it until later in the week. So we'll probably end up watching. My son is really excited to see if all of the Aladdin movies come on Disney Plus, because he's only seen he's seen the new one with the remake and then the original, but he's never seen the other ones. And I haven't either.
Return of Jafar.
Yeah. So he's really excited to see those, which I don't know if they're coming at launch, but that's what he's going to be looking for. But we were talking today, my wife and I, that he's 8, but he is not watching cartoons as much anymore. He's watching these Disney shows that are, the middle school to high school kids shows, and
watching them soap operas.
Yeah. It's just funny, it's like, oh, he's not a little kid anymore, but
well, you just tell him he can't watch that. He can only watch cartoons.
We learned a new term through this though. Yadurf. Do y'all know what Yadurf is?
You deaf?
No.
That's what it sounds like.
So it's Friday spelled backwards. It's like hashtag YADIRF, right? So Friday. Yadurf. So my wife and I call it. We use it as like an insult. It's like Yadurf.
What's it supposed to be used as?
And it's Friday backwards. And what's crazy is I googled this trying to figure out what Yadurf is, and I couldn't find anything except that it was a hashtag, and I was like, what does this mean? And finally my wife found it. It's like, oh, it's Friday backwards, but I don't know if it's these shows that come on Friday. So anyways, I don't know what we'll watch. I'm hoping I don't know if Mandalorian will be something my son will get into or not. Because a lot of things I watch are based on what my kids will watch.
Well, you just make him.
Or my
like
kid. I only have one kid. But
I'm feeling besides the Biscuit Eater, probably the first thing put on is Jeff Goldblum. His show.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, you don't have kids, so.
No, we don't have kids, so we can do what we want. You'll probably watch Frozen.
No, I know what I'm.
Let it go.
I know. I know what the first thing is that I will watch. I want to watch the Mandalorian like right when it starts, but that won't happen.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
The first thing that we were going to watch, because they've been talking about it for like weeks now, because they want to watch it, and I'm like, it's not on anything. I'm not renting this because it's coming out on Disney Plus in a few days. So like, but we want it now, and I'm like, you're going to have to wait. They want to watch Moana, so we will be watching Moana next Tuesday.
I love that movie.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
But they had it on Netflix for a while, and it's not on there.
Yeah,
because Grant would watch it on Netflix, and he's like, I want to watch Moana. I'm like, it's not on there anymore. He's like, but I want to watch it. I'm like, well, that's not how life works. I'm like, when I was a kid,
we had to wait years for something to come out from the theaters.
And then you got it on these tapes, and people didn't rewind them.
Dadgummit. And you had those little tags you had to take to the front to get your movie. Sometimes it's in the older stores. You know, it's like. And then Blockbuster, you actually took the little case up there and they put it in the case for you, whatever.
Those were the days.
Yeah. So now so the thing I'm worried about is how much service not available are we going to see coming up on because everybody's going to be hitting it because everybody's gotten the deal. Either they signed up for D23 and got the 3 years at a really good price, or they got it through Verizon for a free year. I have Verizon, and I got this thing not too long ago that said, "Hey, you can get a free year of Disney Plus," and I was like, "Come on, man!"
I already got
But
3 years.
got 3 years, so can I have 4? you know, but I feel like it's going to get overwhelmed. Maybe not, but we watch everything streaming on through our Roku's all over our house and on our TVs, and they haven't released the app yet. And I guess it'll probably release that the day before, or maybe this weekend. I don't.
It's going to be on Roku. I think I saw that today.
It is. No, I know. I know it's going to be, but they also said you have to have a certain version, like a certain.
Yeah, you probably can't have like an old one.
Yeah, and I don't think ours is super old, because it's. I don't know. So we're gonna find out pretty soon. I got some gift cards at work, and I've got my eye on some video games, but I may be buying new Roku's.
We got the
Why
Apple
not both?
TV, so.
¿Por qué no?
Yeah. Hooray!
Old El Paso.
We have an old Apple TV, but I don't know if it'll do it on the old Apple TV.
I don't know.
Because like supposedly you're not supposed to be able to update with that one, but then like when Prime came on Apple, it just popped up.
Yeah.
So Disney Plus might pop up, but we have like I have a PS4 and I have a Samsung TV, so it's supposedly going to be on Samsung now, and we have a Fire whatever.
Well, it's not been released for Amazon.
Oh, well,
devices yet. But one thing they did say about Roku is that if you're still getting updates on your Roku, you'll get it. And we just got an update the other day because my son was like, "Why are these new channels on here?" And they weren't channels. One of them says restart because they didn't have this. It has this. It looks like a channel, but it just says restart. Yeah. Another one's something else, and then another one is like Roku help or something. So I think that means we'll be good. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
Roku, help.
And there'll be an app for like iPads and.
Yeah.
But PS4, I'll have that, so that's.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Have you seen and we'll get off of Disney Plus because I'm sure we'll talk about it again. Did you see the Pixar in Real Life show that's going to be on there?
Oh, yeah, I'm confused on what that's supposed to be.
So they take stuff from Pixar movies and they make it in real life. Happen in real life.
Oh.
So like I watched the trailer. I'm trying to remember what the trailer did.
They put monsters in kids' closets.
They take a lamp and like try to make it bounce. And
they made like an ant circus.
I know they had the boy from Up walking the streets looking for something.
Oh, so they take their digital characters and just put them over top of real life.
No, it's like a real boy dressed up as the kid from Up.
Oh.
And they had the kid Dash from, that's his name, right? From Incredibles.
Yeah,
Dash Incredible.
He's like this kid with blonde hair in a red like jumpsuit, and he's standing there and he goes, "Hey, I'm trying to work on my speed, getting faster. Do you mind timing me while I run around this building?" And they're like, "Okay, kid, whatever." So they hit the timer, and as soon as they hit the timer, he's back around the building. And they're like, "Wait, what's going on?" So I think it's going to be like sort of like a prank show type thing.
Gotcha. Yeah. So like he had a twin or something.
Yeah.
On the other side.
But it's going to be, it has to be something that comes from a Pixar movie. So if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
That makes me think about the pictures that somebody did one time of cartoon characters in real life. Like there was a Beavis and Butthead.
Oh yeah,
like what they would look like. It's like, oh my gosh, that's creepy. Look at.
I wonder if they're gonna have kids' toys like come to life. I was scared the junk out of some kids.
The Wall-E thing, they're just gonna like just film people on their couches watching TV.
I did see in the trailer there's a Wall-E that's like rolling through the streets.
Well, that's easy.
Picking up trash or something.
The robot.
It looks interesting, so I'll probably check it out. And then of course, Lizzie McGuire. I'll be there.
Of course.
Day one. If it's out. I don't know when it comes out.
Yeah, they're filming it now, I think.
Oh, okay. I think Obi-Wan starts filming in 2020.
Man, so much.
Yeah.
Fun.
I saw an interview with Iger, and they said that basically after Rise of Skywalker, they're taking a break from Star Wars movies, and I'm like, not really, because you're just changing where you're putting it. You know, you're not.
Yeah, they're just doing Star Wars shows.
You're just doing Star Wars shows. And he said in their interview, they asked what George Lucas thought of The Mandalorian.
I saw that. Yeah.
And he goes, well, he thinks it's fine.
Yeah. It's the most non-committal. Like,
Yeah.
It's fine. Really? Okay.
It's fine.
On that chef show on Netflix that Jon Favreau does, he went to Skywalker Ranch and was making food with the guy that's in charge of like the Clone Wars show and Rebels and all that.
I know you're talking.
And they were talking back and forth. It was during the time that he was, I think, filming The Mandalorian and stuff like that. So he would constantly go there and like talk to that guy that's the head of Clone Wars and everything, because I think he got a lot of information from him about the Star Wars world because he like got everything from Lucas.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good.
Indeed.
So I thought for the rest of the time, since this is sort of a hodgepodge episode, if you want to call it that, we do a segment on the show, if you're not familiar with it, or you're about to be, called Watcha Streaming.
It's the longest running segment.
Hey, we've been doing it for a while. It's called Watcha Streaming, and basically we talk about what we've been watching. Yeah. So it's our version of Netflix and chill, because there's no chill.
It's
like Netflix and
not our version of Netflix.
It's like it's like Netflix and
Netflix.
I'm tired and I want to stare at something. But it's not just Netflix; it's wherever we watch something. So to start with, Chris watched it. I think I don't think Katrin's seen it yet, or if he probably won't see it. But there's been a new happening. If you've been a long time listener, there's an episode that we did a long time ago. One of my favorite episodes, and a lot of people's favorite episode.
Yeah.
Go back and listen to it if you haven't listened to it. It's called "The Secret" is the episode title. And it's a treasure hunt. And this guy, if you're not familiar with it, this guy hid treasure boxes all over the country in like 1980, and before this, only 2 had been found. But a new episode of Expedition Unknown came out, and it got me all excited because they said we have found another treasure from The Secret, and it was amazing.
I need to watch it.
Yeah, they found a guy in Boston. Found the Boston treasure.
Yeah, and it's because of Expedition Unknown. His daughters watched the show a lot, and they were avid fans, and they like showed him that episode of The Secret, and they were like, "Yeah, one's in Boston," and so they like started looking around, walking around everywhere. He said he lost like 40 pounds or something just by walking the city.
Gee,
I need to do that.
Starting this up, I know. Just like there's one in Houston. Just start walking.
I know. I want to talk about that for a minute, but and the thing he said was that the reason that he thinks not many people have found these is because they overcomplicate it, and he just took it as what it says, and he just followed exactly what it said, and it led him right to it.
And he looked at maps because he was like, like the guy that did this. It's not like he could go to every city. He was looking at maps and things in libraries, basically, on where to put stuff. That's really good thinking on his part for that.
Yeah, like this is the one from Boston. I'm gonna butcher the names at the beginning. So basically, the book is called The Secret, and it has these pictures in it and these verses, and you have to match up the verse to the picture, and that will tell you where the city is. And then you go from there, basically. So actually, the Boston is the first picture in the book. It's the book cover.
Mm-hmm.
Which it was cool that it actually, if you look at it right, and the artist who drew the picture or painted it confirmed it, it spells out Boston in the picture.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Like he said, here's the B, here's the O, here's the S, here's the T, here's the O. They're like, what? We didn't even see that. So it says oh gosh, I don't know. The Sidus is north of Xenophon. Take 5 steps in the area of his direction. A green tower of lights in the middle section. Near those who pass the Colosseum with metal walls, face the water, your back to the stairs, feel at home. All the letters are here to see. 18th day, 12th hour, lit by lamplight, in truth, be free. This dude took that and he figured it out, which is crazy. It turned out it was in this park. They had these baseball fields, but like was torn up like a month ago or something.
Yeah, they're completely like redesigning and redoing the park.
And he's like
updating
he's
everything.
Like, great, I know where it's at, but now there's construction and I can't get to it.
Yeah,
but he got permission, and basically it was under home plate in the middle field.
Mm-hmm.
So the clue, like, feel at home.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And basically the stairs behind. So there were stairs right behind it that led up to Paul Revere's house, and that's where the light by lamplight and truth be free thing came from.
Because he would have rode right through there.
Yeah. So that's just like that's just crazy to me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Cater's throwing dog toys.
Yeah.
But I mean, he proves it right there that it's not like this overcomplicated thing. If you look at it, really like think about it and lay it out with the city, then you'll be able to find it. So that's cool. And then at the end, he brought the key to the wife of the author who's passed away, and she presented him with the gem that's worth like over $10,000. Yeah. And then the cool thing is Josh Gates brought down the other 2 groups that found things, and they presented this guy with the pen and all this stuff, saying he's part of the secret society now, and all this stuff. It was really cool. It was very touching at the end, I thought, anyways. I don't know about Chris, but he's like, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was really nice. It was nice. Yeah.
So there is one still in Houston.
Yes.
I've been to where supposedly it is located.
I don't think it's located where they think it's.
Why not?
I
well,
you guys,
you sent me stuff, and I looked that up. Those things that you said were built in the 90s.
Okay.
Sorry. Sorry to burst your bubbles.
I think there's something to it, though. I just have to line it up.
The camel race place was built in 1994, I think, or something like that. So he did this in 1980. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry to burst. Well, I was looking up videos today to see if anybody else has done one on Houston, and this guy did one on the painting, and it was just like, if this guy's a listener, I'm sorry, but I'm sure he's not. He's like, yeah, my family is a family of treasure hunters, and this painting is not for Houston. It's for Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And I'm like, no, it's not. They've pretty much confirmed that this one is Houston. And he was like going about, see if this road in Winston-Salem, it splits in 3 and all this stuff. And then somebody posted in the comments, that road that you talked about was built in the 90s and all this stuff. He's just he made the excuse like, I haven't went and dug it up yet because of travel expenses. And I'm like, if you know exactly where $10,000 is buried,
guess what?
Yeah,
you can pay it
but
back.
With the Houston one, if you look in the painting, there's numbers, and those numbers are coordinates, and those coordinates, if you look them up, longitude, latitude, it's Houston. It's the exact numbers. So it is Houston. They think it's in Herman Park, which makes sense. I think by looking at old maps that I have a good idea where it's at.
Oh.
Because I've been looking at it. But here's the thing. With Herman Park, the purveyors of the park, or whatever you call them, won't let anybody dig in the park. So I think the Houston one is going to be lost the park forever. I don't think anybody's going to find the Houston one.
Unless you just go dig there on your own.
Illegally, yeah.
Illegally.
Sure.
Which is what he did when he buried them.
Yeah, that's true.
Get you a construction vest and make it happen.
I think, yeah. But and also a lot of the stuff in the verse for this, it's not there anymore because that park has changed a lot since the 80s. So like, here's the one for Houston if those interested. Fortress North, cold as glass, Friendship South, take your task to the number 982 through the wood, no lion fears. In the sky, the water veers, small of scale, step across. Perspective should not be lost. In the center of four alike, small, split, three-winged, and slight. What we take to be our strongest tower of delight falls gently in December night. Looking back from treasure ground, there's the spout, a whistle sounds. So there used to be a train that was at the front of the park, pretty much the front of the park if you're looking at it a certain way, with the numbers 982 on it. It was engine 982. It's not there anymore. It was there in the 80s, not there now. It's moved somewhere else. But there was a big gray engine from a train. The numbers were 982. There also were these water fountains in the park that looked like lions. Because there's a zoo like beside it, or in the park basically. And there's a train that runs through a small miniature like train that runs through the park that you can ride on. So, the smaller scale step across the train tracks. There's train tracks in the picture if you look closely. And then that front cylinder with the ball on top is the exact shape of if you look overhead of where Sam Houston statue is, and then a water, like a reflecting pool goes out from it. So, looking on the map of 1980, there is a spot that matches up with all this. I need to go there and see if you can still see the fountain, because there's a big fountain in the middle of a lake there. So I think you have to line up the fountain and where the train was, the engine. You have to see certain things all in view because it says, looking back from treasure ground, there's the spout, a whistle sounds. So I think you need to be able to see the train and the spout or the fountain. I'm just taking this as face value, like the other guy was like, don't overcomplicate it. And there's a spot where you could go from the engine, you cross the train tracks, and there's a wooded spot, sort of, if you're looking at the painting, where the gym is on the painting, if that makes sense. I could be totally wrong, which I probably am.
I just looked on Google Maps. I mean, you can just see it right there. It's marked. You can just go.
What?
There's a star, so that's got to be where it's at.
The thing about the rhino head in the picture is that's the shape of the bay, Houston Bay, or the bay. It's that shape.
It's also the shape of McGovern Lake. The lake there looks like a rhino head.
Yeah, there you go. So it's there. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure Hermit Park is where it's at, but because of all the construction they've done, I don't think it'll ever be found. and that it's illegal to dig there.
Just take one. Just take a stick and just keep a walking stick and just like hook it into the ground as you're walking along.
I think those ground penetrating radar things.
Yeah.
I think you get one of those and disguise it like as a stroller with the baby in it, and just push it through the park like you're just pushing your baby around. And be like, oh wait,
contact Josh Gates. He'll help you get it done.
Yeah, I'm sure. But the sand dune in the back looks like the amphitheater there, same shape. So, and then you can see on the right of the picture that thing looks like a lion standing up, but it's the exact shape of the lion water fountains that used to be there. That's the problem. Since this was the 80s, a lot of stuff has changed, gone. I mean, just like the Boston one, they tore up that whole park that it was in. So it's there somewhere. I just don't think anybody's going to find it unless they get Josh Gates on board,
Yeah.
But the episode, it showed him, he's like, I get thousands of emails and letters, a week about the secret. Same people found it. Someone claimed to found, or somebody did you see the one where supposedly this guy came in and found one, but he had made a box?
Oh yeah, it's like a French guy.
Yeah. But anyways. So I streamed that, and I'm really excited about that. I would love to go to Herman Park and just look around again, not dig because it's illegal. I don't want to be arrested for digging a hole for something I read on the internet or whatever. But there are big groups that discuss this and everything. Yeah, it's cool though. It's there. I think there's a camel sitting on top of a spool in the picture, and I'm like, it just reminds me of the verse. It's easier for a rich man to go through the eye of a needle than it's easier for a camel to go through an eye of a needle than a rich man to enter the gates of heaven. I don't know. Maybe that's like, hard to find where it's at, but. And if some of these verses, somebody said that the 3-winged and slight thing, or 4 alike, represents these 4 trees. Well, who knows? I mean, that was the 80s. Yeah. Trees are going to look different now.
Yeah.
Or could be gone.
Yeah. I think I don't know if all 4 of them are still there, but somebody says that they found where the trees were or are. That's just hard. Unless you had some kind of, unless the people let you dig, or you had some kind of radar to look, because they're made out of plastic and like clay. Basically, you can't use a metal detector.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's out there though. It's a mystery. Will it be solved one day? I don't know.
Secret.
Yeah, there's also some in San Francisco, and there's one in New Orleans. There's one in New York. There's all these ones out there that haven't been found. Maybe Josh Gates will keep looking for them, and maybe he'll come to Houston. I'll show him around. I'll show him where I think it's buried, and he can laugh at me. It'll be a fun time. Well. Anyways, what you guys been watching? You've been streaming.
We've been streaming.
I've been streaming a show called Daybreak on Netflix, and I think you said you've watched it as well.
I watched it all because my wife's been out of town.
I've watched about half of it, or I don't know, maybe not even half of it, but
it's not family friendly.
Definitely not family friendly. But it fits in that genre of what my son is watching, of middle school, high school kids getting into trouble, I guess. But
do you want to give the premise of the show, or do you want me to give it? Or
yeah, so the premise of the show is that there has been there's these bombs that have gone off, right? Am I thinking of the right show here? And that,
are there 2 post-apocalyptic
It's called Jericho.
Teenagers.
There's nuclear bombs have been dropped.
Yeah,
and they're in Glendale, California.
Right. And it's weird because it's like so far what I've seen, the only survivors are teenagers, and the area, they show this map of the area, and all of the sections of the town or of the area are split into the different groups of people in high school. So you've got the jocks and the cheerleaders and the weirdos and the golf team, which I think is funny. And
yeah.
um,
Sorry, I've seen the whole thing, so I know what happened. So I'm like trying to bite my tongue. But yeah, so all the adults either died or turned into ghoulies, is what they call them.
Yeah, ghoulies. They're kind of like zombies, and they say the last thing that they were
thinking
about, which is really, it just makes it so funny. The things that they say and do. And then animals that were affected by these bombs get some sort of mutation. Like there's a big pug at one point that's pooping all over this guy's apartment or whatever, and it's like, oh man, I like that place. But the Matthew Broderick is in this show.
He's the principal.
He's the principal, right? And the first episode reminds me a lot of Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and I think they did that intentionally. Because
the whole series is Ferris Bueller's Day Off and Sit in the Apocalypse. Because I've seen the whole series, so basically, it's the whole series.
That's so funny, yeah. So, yeah, it's because I was trying to think of what else you could mix it with, but maybe like Zombieland or.
I told Chris it reminded me of a mix between Ferris Bueller's Day Off and Scott Pilgrim.
Yes, that was the other one I thought of. Yeah, it's because there's some video game elements to it, and comic book elements. But he's like, I've got this great backstory.
Yeah,
it's really good. There's definitely not family friendly, and
there's a lot of language, a lot of
language,
profanity.
Yeah,
and bloods and guts.
Things bloods and guts. The funniest part is what happens with a sword, and I think it's in the preview actually.
Oh,
if you watch the preview, he tries to chop this guy's finger off because he's flipping him off. This guy's flipping the main character off, and he has the samurai sword, and he just gets mad and decides to try to chop his finger off, and it gets stuck in the side of his hand. And the guy, this is a guy from the golf team, and he said, "Is that what you intended to do? It hurts so bad." It's funny.
Such a different show this week than last week, huh?
That's true.
No, but yeah, it's good. But
yes,
I hope they make a season 2.
Good.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah,
I hope they make a season 2.
I hope so. My wife is out of town starting today through Tuesday, so she gets back just in time for Disney Plus. But I'm hoping maybe I can spend some time finishing it.
Yeah, there's like 10 episodes, and you said you're what? How
I
many
should be able to. I think I'm 4 or 5 in.
Yeah,
it goes pretty quick.
So the kid, the main character, does he remind you of anybody? I'll see if he reminds you of the same person he reminds me of.
Man, I haven't watched it in a little bit, so I'm having a hard time thinking about it. It didn't strike me as anybody, but I don't think.
So this is what it reminds me of. Every time I see him now, I'm like, oh gosh, he looks like him. He looks like if John Cena had a son, this is what his son would look like. He looks like John Cena's son. Like if he had a son. He looks like John Cena in the face. Like every time he pops off screen, I just want to go.
Yeah. That reminds me of the thing I think I sent you all where that John Cena is beginning to look like Ernest P. Worrell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I can think of right now. So, yeah. Lots of comedy and comedy. Yeah. It's about a funny show.
Trying to see if I found a picture of him.
That's the latest thing I'm streaming, anyways. I think the last thing, and of course, Flash, because we don't watch it live.
Oh yeah,
so
we haven't
technically streaming.
We haven't talked about Flash this season. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way.
I haven't seen the last episode.
I haven't seen the last episode either.
Yeah, I don't think I have.
Be more Cisco oriented. I believe.
What are you guys thinking so far? For those that don't know, when we first started this podcast long ago, it basically started with us talking about the Flash.
Your weekly dose of Flash.
Yeah. So
and we were really excited with the first season.
Yeah. So
and
it
then
pops up
subsequent
every
seasons
now and
have kind of gone down a bit.
What's your take? What's your take on this season? I'll give you my take.
This season, I've like the first few episodes I've been good with. I've been happy with whatever. They've not been bad, but they're leading up to Crisis, and they know like, well,
they're really pumping
Barry's gonna die, and he's like, "There's nothing we can do about it. That's just what's gonna happen. I'm gonna die." So like, there's been a lot of, "Oh, I'm gonna miss you. I'm crying. I'm so sad that you're gonna die." And I was just like, okay, like, is everybody gonna get their own episode to like say you can't die? We got to come up with something, and him telling them no, he can't. Like that's what it seems like right now.
It's to me, it was like just a filler episodes until they get to Crisis. It's what it feels like to me.
Well, that's all they talk about is the crisis is coming. You know, it's like they've never really done that before. Because I guess they've announced that there's the crossover event. And we've always known about these crossover events, but it never felt like they all fit together to me.
This one, they're doing the same thing on Arrow too. Yeah. It's like Arrow and Flash are kind of the same show right now because both characters supposedly know that they're going to die in the upcoming Crisis. Yeah. And it's all the other characters going, "We're going to come up with a plan so you don't die." And the lead character going, "No, I have to die. Otherwise, everything dies." They're both the same show right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's to the point where I'm like, when I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to watch, I'm like, "Oh, there's the Flash," and then I'm like, I don't know. Is there something else I could watch? Because I know what's going to happen. Like even with the bad guys that they've had on so far, I'm sitting there looking at the screen going, just throw a lightning bolt. Just throw a lightning bolt. What are you doing? Like there's the girl with the radio powers or whatever they were.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, I'm like, just throw a lightning bolt at her, knock her down. And he's like, no, I must run into this burning stuff and get my face burned. I'm like, just throw a lightning bolt. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like run around instead of in a straight line at her.
Yeah, I don't.
I've kind of liked how they've gotten rid of Caitlin Snow in a way, and it's just
it's like we don't have the budget this season to show her transform, so she's got to be Killer Frost.
Killer Frost, and she's enjoyable as Killer Frost, you know. And I think it's not as cheesy as it used to be, and she has a cool outfit now, which is cool. You know, she's got a superhero outfit.
I'm liking Ralph Dibny a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Than he was before. He was just almost too much before. Like it's too weird and wacky, and they calmed him down a lot more. And it's his storyline right now I'm interested in is because in the comics he's married, and that's like one of the more famous couples in comics history or whatever is Ralph and Sue Dibny.
Never heard of
in the show, no, you probably haven't. In the show, he's trying to find this missing person, Sue, and that's will eventually be his wife.
Well, the more you know.
How
in the comics later dies in a horrible way.
Well,
but you know,
there we go.
That happens. It's a whole nother Crisis event. She dies in it mysteriously.
When he came back on one of the episodes, I was like, oh, I thought he died because he just wasn't there at the beginning of it. You know, I was like, oh, I forgot he's still alive.
He's still around. Look at that.
I keep waiting for the episode with the awkward something's going bad, and the only thing that could fix it is why did I just forget his name? Cisco's powers, and somebody be like,
Yeah.
if you kept your powers, this would have been over by now.
They're definitely leading to him getting his powers back. I think
I'm
they
sure.
decided it was a terrible idea that he didn't have powers.
Yeah.
Because it was weird, ridiculous. I don't know. There was like rumors that he was leaving the show, and it was like the perfect way to set him up to leave it.
Yeah.
And then it's like he decided, nah, I'm not going to go. I'm going to stay around. And so they're like, oh, we just got rid of your powers. So,
so that's the Flash. Hopefully, the season will pick up once Crisis hits. I don't think we're going to lose Flash though, because
no.
With as much as they're doing, like Ray, I've been talking to Ray. He's a guest that we have on quite a few times, and it's like they're doing so much to lead up to him dying. He better die, and actually stay dead for like a few episodes.
He was supposed to die with that other guy that man, the name just went away. That the big metal guy that had that shard that was supposed to go through his heart or whatever, and that was the whole thing in the paper that the Flash is gone or whatever.
Well, he was fighting Reverse Flash in the paper before.
Yeah.
And then it changed. Like it was like him and Hot Girl, and then it changed because like Hot Girl left the show. So
Hot Girl.
Hot Girl, no Hawk.
Oh, okay.
What's your superpower? I'm hot.
I'm hot.
Hawk.
I can get anything I want.
Give me some coffee. If he dies, he's not going to stay dead. I mean,
he won't stay dead. But, I mean, that's what happened in the comics too. I mean, in the comics, it was in this crisis he died, but he stayed dead for years. And Wally West became the Flash, but that actor is like not interested in being on the show full time, so that won't happen.
He's a little different now.
Yeah. He's doing his own thing.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So we'll see. So, but Arrow, like, he is going to die.
Yeah,
they're ending the show.
Mean, he will die. Like how they're going to do it, I don't know. But supposedly he will die. Supposedly Arrow has a happy ending. That's what Stephen Amell said. He said ending.
He's like, I'm happy. I'm done with it.
He just recently tweeted he wore the suit for the last time.
Yeah, and now he's going to move on to his wrestling career.
The wrestling TV show. He's going to have a wrestling TV show.
Yeah, it is. I'm waiting for him to show up in AEW. All Elite Wrestling. That's where his buddies are. Cody Rhodes.
AEW Root Beer?
AEW.
Oh, okay.
A&W.
Whatever.
Root beer floats.
I need to find my wrestling peeps.
Well, I've been streaming a show that...
It doesn't matter what you... No, sorry.
Oh, wow.
That's wrestling. Sorry, that's The Rock.
That's not my rock. My rock.
Sorry, you set me up for it.
And gentle.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Gets into video games and finds Jumanji.
That's for Dave Adams. That was for Dave Adams right there.
Mm-hmm.
He's listening.
Anyway, it's a show that since we're talking about The Secret, it's a show that other people would enjoy. That they enjoy The Secret. The Curse of Oak Island.
Yeah, that's still going on, huh?
It is still going on. But like it's been 7 seasons now.
They still
for those that don't know, The Curse of Oak Island. It's a show. It's about these two brothers. So it's like a documentary type show. It's like Expedition Unknown or whatever. Oak Island is off the coast of Nova Scotia, where it's believed the buried treasure or something is buried on the island. Like a long time ago, these people found like this wooden plank thing, and they removed the planks. They dug down, and there was like more planks. They kept digging down. There were several layers of just like dirt and planks, and even some like coconut fibers, I think, or something like that. That isn't native to the island. And they got to this one level, and it had this rock on it with this mysterious writing. And once they removed that rock, the hole filled up with ocean water, which was weird because so it was like booby trapped basically. Booby trap. And so it's been years and years. Like all these people have tried digging there. One guy just like dug up like everything and then just filled it all back in because he didn't find anything that he could determine was anything.
Man, you got to be like in a bad mood if you dig up a whole island. You're like, I didn't find anything. That's it. I'm putting it all back. I mean, you got to be in a bad mood.
Yeah, because like the whole island, like they've looked across the island and the people like found markers and all this weird stuff that could like point to what people should do. But this one guy like screwed all it up because he like dug up everything and like moved everything around. They don't even know where the exact hole, like the original one, is anymore.
Oh gosh.
Because of all that. Like people like have dug down at angles and those have filled up with water. But they think there's like these tubes that lead from the ocean. They've been trying to find those, but it's really interesting because I mean they go into the history of this island, and there's a lot of history to it. Not just like buried treasure stuff, but there's a lot of cool things. It's a really interesting show. I think if you like The Secret and Expedition Unknown and stuff like that.
But these brothers have been doing this for decades.
Yeah, I mean,
like long before the show.
Yeah,
and, they still haven't really found anything. There's I was looking it up on the old Google machine. Supposedly, the local legend is that 7 people must die before the treasure is found.
Yes.
Jeez.
Because there have been several people that have died accidentally because of the treasure trying to find it. But recently, like 2 of the people that have been there the longest have passed away. But I mean, it was natural causes though, so I don't think they count as one of the 7.
You think they'll ever found anything?
I mean, they found some interesting stuff. I mean, I don't know if they'll necessarily ever get to what's down there, but it does seem like something's down there because they've drilled and the drill has come up with like parchment paper, like stuff that like it should not be that deep in the ground, like stuff that shouldn't be there, and it's like, and they've dated stuff like that to like the 1700s, which is like way before like people like should have been there necessarily.
I thought they found stuff that dated back to like 1400s.
There was some things because there was like a cross that they found, like this little metal cross that may have been that older, and it kind of connects to the Knights Templar, which is one of the theories that they may have buried something on the island to hide. But yeah, I mean, they found like all these like buttons and coins and all this stuff that dates like way back. That it's interesting, that stuff that like, why would that be there, especially buried that deep? They found like bits of bone fragment from people buried like hundreds and hundreds of feet deep or whatever. Like from like one was like a European that they traced it to, and the other one was like African or something like that. So it was like 2 different races that was way down in there for some reason.
So they found some brooch that was 500 years old?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, they found a lot of stuff. I mean, nothing just like, oh, it's a gold bar or something like that. It's a lot of little things that kind of add up to like, this is odd. It seems like something's been done here a long time ago.
People passing through and they drop stuff out of their pockets. You know.
Yeah, all the tourists back then. Oak Island.
Well, there we go. You've actually been watching American Horror Story, haven't you? The 1984.
We have been. We're a few episodes behind, but we've been watching the 1984.
I'm caught up. I've never really watched this show before, but it was like based in the 80s this time. So I was like, oh, I want to check that out.
Yeah,
It's
Jenny.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's so funny. Jenny watched them. Like I remember watching. I watched some of the first season, and it was a little too much for me. It was like straight horror type stuff. That was like Exorcist type things and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't want to watch that. But yeah, this one was like almost like Friday the 13th.
Yeah, it's
slasher.
has Billy Lord in it. So I'm like, oh, I want to check this out. It's
Yeah.
got Billy Lord in it. That's Princess Leia's daughter, Carrie Fisher's daughter.
And if you watch Scream Queens, you'll like this season.
Yeah,
it's basically Scream Queens season 3 or whatever.
It's a bit goofy. I watched one. Right, I watched the latest episode right before we started recording, and it just keeps getting more and more ridiculous. And you're just like, "What is how?" Next week's the finale, so I'm like, "How in the world is this going to end?" I did watch the Oak Island one that they did. No, sorry, not Oak Island. Roanoke Island.
Oh, Roanoke. Okay.
Yeah, because I've always found that story fascinating about Roanoke, about the colony that just disappeared, the Roanoke colony, and so this was their take on it. Yeah, so if you want something that's again not family friendly, it's on FX. But if you like Friday the 13th, those campy horror movies, you'd like it. Yeah. It's got who's the girl that's the lead actress?
Oh gosh.
Emma, no, not Emma Stone. Emma, is her name Emma?
Emma, I think it is.
Roberts.
She was also on Scream Queens.
Emma Roberts?
Yeah, I think yeah. Because both her and Billy Lord were on Scream Queens.
Yeah.
As like two of the main characters. So it's really weird that they're both in it.
Oh man. Well, you guys anything else?
I mean, other than that, I've been watching Dragon Ball Super.
I'm sorry. We ran out of time.
Anime fans out there, Dragon Ball Super. If you like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and you didn't like Dragon Ball GT because you shouldn't, Dragon Ball Super is good. And I watched Dragon Ball Super Broly, which is the first movie they did based off of this new series.
Oh.
And it was good. I liked it. The first in canon Broly.
Oh my! Really?
I know. Exactly.
Can you believe that, Katrin?
I can't. No.
I didn't think you would.
I was thinking, when are they going to do that?
But they did it. I didn't think
they did it.
I didn't think we'd see it in our lifetime. I'll tell you that much.
I know. I didn't either. But it's good.
I'm going to have to get my old stuff back out.
I mean, the first Broly movie is good. But,
oh yeah, I think the first movie that I saw with him was Goonies. Right? That was the first. James Brolin. Yeah, that was the first Brolin movie.
Not Brolin, Broly.
Oh, I don't know him.
Okay, all right, good. You don't need to. You got your wrestling. I got my anime.
Speaking of wrestling, the Goldbergs did a wrestling episode this last week, and it was hilarious.
I haven't watched it, but I did see the image on Hulu, and he's like holding up a wrestling buddy.
Yeah,
Hulk Hogan.
They go to WrestleMania.
Randy Savage.
And the dad dresses up like he puts on one of Erica's old swimsuits. He's like, "What? I wanted to look like a wrestler." So if you can imagine the dad in an old black swimsuit.
That's funny.
It was pretty funny though. Pretty funny. Anyways, so I know this episode's been random. We throw in these random ones every once in a while. That doesn't really have a topic. We just sort of have fun. So I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back next week with another one, a new one. We may have a guest on, or may not. I don't know.
It's a secret.
It's a secret. Oh, I'm going to go dig up the secret treasure, and then next week this will be coming from jail.
But hey, you'll have a gem to pay the bill with.
Yeah.
The bill.
Do you take rare gems? Hopefully, if I don't get sick, 'cause I've sort of got that feeling like, oh no, am I getting sick? Going up to Dallas, Chris's stomping ground this weekend, and we're going to do the Void. Which, if you don't know what the Void is, Google it. The Void's like a virtual reality.
What are we gonna do? Everything for you?
It's like
show some effort.
Virtual reality to the extreme. We did the Star Wars one; it was fantastic, and now they have an Avengers one. Damage control, right?
Yeah.
So I think we're going to do that. Maybe do some other stuff. As long as I stay well.
Go to a Dallas Cowboys game.
What?
I'm not a Cowboys fan.
I'm not a sports fan. So.
All right.
Patron, just drive on down.
Just come on down.
How far is Dallas from you?
You can take a plane.
It's not that far, actually. I was really close. No, it wasn't. Never mind.
Is it 5 hours?
I was close to another part of Texas. I think it's like 6 to 8 hours. I don't know. It's not too bad.
Okay.
But we were in Fayetteville, Arkansas, and I said there are a lot of Texas people from Texas here, and my wife, who's from Arkansas, said, "Well, with where we are right now, it's close to where do they call that the Panhandle of Texas, the part that comes up there?"
Yeah, just like
know.
Handle.
I'm doing hand motions, So it makes sense for people to come from there, I suppose. Which I ate at a new restaurant there. To me, it's new, and you guys may have eaten there. Torchy's. Have y'all eaten at Torchy's?
Oh, we've got one here. Yeah.
That's what I heard. They're in Texas.
People love Torchy's.
Man,
they're
it's so good. I bet you can't eat much of it though.
Oh no, I love it, but afterwards,
spicy.
I don't love it.
Man,
it makes me sick, but it's so good. I get the fajita tacos.
Oh yeah,
and they it's like fajitas but in a taco, which is basically a fajita. But they're a little spicy.
The cheese dip is the best cheese dip I've ever had, I think. So
now I want Torchy's.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. But Torchy's is good.
Yeah,
the fresh maker.
But no, I'm not coming to Dallas. Sorry. I mean, I guess I could. My wife's out of town, and I don't have anything to do. So.
Throw the kid in the car and come on
down. We'll do an escape room. Come on down.
Oh, but you got dogs. They can watch the kid.
Come on down. I have to bring the dogs.
Just the dogs and the kid.
Oh, the dogs will watch the kid. No,
the dogs will watch the kid. Yeah.
Oh,
it should be fine.
It'd be fine.
Hopefully we'll do that. If not, then we'll talk about something else. Chris had a good idea. You can let us know if you like it or not. We'll probably do it anyways. Sorry, it's late. I don't feel good. Sorry, I apologize to all the listeners. Casting the basically Marvel characters that haven't been cast yet. Thinking who we would.
Yeah, like fan casting.
Yeah.
I will take some research on my part.
Put you to work.
Because all I know are the ones that are casted.
How about
because I mean we got She-Hulk and Moon Knight and all these other ones coming up.
Yeah.
Be interesting to.
The real question is, who's Keanu Reeves going
to play? Who isn't he going to play? That's the question. It could be anybody.
Oh, speaking of superheroes, then we can wrap it up. I've been watching Watchmen.
You like it?
Yeah, it's way different than what I thought it was going to be.
Huh.
Which I need to look and see what episode Tommy, our last guest, is going to be on.
Oh yeah.
I think it's episode 5.
I think they're basing it more off the graphic novel than the movie.
Yeah, which confused me because I've seen the movie and I'm like, what's going on? They hint at parts of the movie, but like characters from the movie. But I think that was supposed to be like a long time ago.
Yeah, this takes place quite a bit of time after.
Yeah. It's good though. It's good. It just wasn't what I was expecting, so it's taken me a little while to get into it. Don Johnson is in it. Well, he was in it for like the first 2 episodes.
Was it Jean Smart? Is that her name? She's an actress, blonde.
Sure, there is an actress in there.
She was in the show Legacy. Yeah, Jean Smart. Legion, not Legacy. Legion. She was in the X-Men show Legion.
What's she look like?
Turn
your phone around.
Turn your phone.
Oh yeah, she's been in a lot of stuff. She was in this last episode. That's the first episode that she's been in that I saw. Yes. So she hasn't been in it the whole time. Interesting character.
She plays a character from the.
Yes, they haven't gone into that much yet. I won't tell you what she did to this last episode because this is a family-friendly podcast. And it was funny though because William Shatner posted a screenshot of her in that on Twitter, and his Twitter or whatever said, "What is she holding?"
his tweet.
His tweet. Yeah. And so I'm not going to tell you what she was holding. I'll tell you offline after we get off here. Anyway, so Watchmen, yeah, it basically deals with the 1940s. It begins with like the 1940s race riots in Oklahoma. So it's very interesting. They sort of take history and add,
Yeah, that's kind of the whole thing with the graphic novel too. It's like superheroes and heroes existed in the real world, and so some things didn't happen. Like I think JFK was not assassinated.
I don't know.
Anyways, Nixon was in term longer.
Yeah, there's this one like trailer park to go to that has this big Nixon statue.
Yeah, so he was never impeached.
Yeah.
So it kind of takes some history things and twists them.
It's interesting. I mean, I like it. It was different than because I saw the movie, so that anyway, so yeah, that's what this has been. Watcha Streaming for an hour. We usually just do like 1 or 2 days, but we hit up all the stuff we've been streaming. So I hope we gave you something to watch. I think most of the things we gave you were for adults. We did give you Expedition Everest. Check out those. No, Expedition. Oh gosh.
Expedition Everest. Expedition Unknown. And The Curse of Oak Island.
Yeah. I mean, if you're in Disney, go ride Expedition Everest because it's a fun roller coaster. I told you, I'm out of it. Not feeling well.
Dragon Ball's good. I wouldn't say like young kids, but I'd say a little bit older kids can watch some Dragon Ball.
And then on everything on Disney Plus when it comes out will be TV 14 or below, right? PG 13 or below or something like that.
Sure.
So there you go. Go out and explore your world around you. Find some treasure. Dress up like a Pixar character. Freak some people out. I don't know. Have fun. Geek out. Anyways.
Only live once.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
There you go. That's your cat. What? You have 9 lives, right?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Myth.
Busted. Sorry.
That's Mythbusters. Watch some Mythbusters while you're at it.
Anyways, thank you again for our new followers, our new listeners. Please stick around. We got some great stuff coming up. And go back in our catalog. And we got some really fun stuff from a lot of different animators and people in the business. a lot of their backstories, which is pretty cool. Anyway, check us out on Twitter at I Am Geek Show. On Facebook, you could join our group, I Am Group. On Instagram, we're at I Am Geek Show. We got a lot of stuff on there. But anyways, you guys have anything else?
No.
Oh. Well, this has been episode 125 of I Am Geek. I'll be talking with you next week.
Bye-bye.